All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Today, we're going to be talking about the 4 straight victory Minnesota Vikings. A couple of days after getting traded to the team, Joshua Dobbs comes in after Jaren Hall's unfortunate injury. Yes, there was a safety, there were a couple of fumbles, but this dude, Joshua Dobbs, led this Vikings team, especially that last drive in the fourth quarter with less than 2 minutes to play. He drove them down the field. They needed a touchdown. He kept them in the game the entire time. He had 2 passing touchdowns. He had a rushing touchdown, 7 total rushes for 66 yards. He threw for 158 yards. This is a guy who didn't practice. This is a guy who had never played with the center. He had never even taken a snap with the center. You saw it before the game even occurred. He was there with the center, taking snaps, getting used to it. I mean, it's crazy. The dude learned the playbook pretty much on his flight from Arizona to Minnesota. I feel for my man, Jaren Hall. I feel for him because he was doing well. 5 of 6, 78 yards, a couple of rushing yards as well. Goes down with a concussion, and Joshua Dobbs basically just thrown out there less than a week after being traded, commands this team to a victory on the road against a good defense in the Atlanta Falcons. And now the Minnesota Vikings have won 4 straight football games. They have won, 5 out of their last 6 after starting 0-3. I love the second half of their schedule. They're a couple of weeks from their bye week. Justin Jefferson's going to be returning. The defense is getting better on a week-to-week basis. Shout out to Brian Flores. I mean, this is pretty cool. I mean, this might be one of the best stories in the National Football League when it's all said and done. However, it is just one game. It is just 1 week. We'll take it game by game. But that's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. But before we do, if you guys enjoy it, be sure to hit that like button. Hit that sub button for daily NFL content. Vikings fans, I do make at least 1 Vikings videos per week. So if we could try and get this video to 250 likes, that would mean the absolute world to me. Here's the thing with Joshua Dobbs. First off, the dude's a rocket scientist. The dude's literally a genius. Here's the thing. He has so much heart. And if you ask a team, like if you ask like a Titans fan, or if you ask a Tennessee Volunteers fan, if you ask a Arizona Cardinals fan, they will tell you the same exact thing with Joshua Dobbs. I love the dude. He has so much heart. He plays 110%. He puts his body on the line. He wants to win so badly that I have nothing but success. I wish nothing but the best for him for the rest of his NFL career. Every single fan that Joshua Dobbs has been a part of and played football for, every fan will tell you that. Everybody loves the dude. And you saw it after the games. You saw it during the game. You saw it especially in the post-game victory celebration. I mean, he has heart. The Minnesota Vikings, guys, they have heart. This is a team that started 0-3. I mean, they literally started 0-3 after winning 13 games last season. Kirk Cousins goes down. They win some games. Kirk Cousins goes down with an injury for the rest of the season. And, things seemed grim. I was very hopeful with Jaren Hall. And then once I saw the Joshua Dobbs trade, I started to lick my chops, man. This team has a no-quit mentality, next man up mentality. And we saw it, man. Joshua Dobbs, for a quarterback, 7 carries, even for a running back, but especially a quarterback, 7 rushes for 66 yards and a touchdown, averaging almost 10 yards per carry for a quarterback. I mean, those are good stats, but if you guys watch that game, if you're a Vikings fan or if you're a Falcons fan or if you just watched that game, even if you just watched the highlights, I mean, Joshua Dobbs extended plays, which extended drives. I mean, with his feet, this guy is just so smart. I mean, he's just such a smart football player. He has natural instincts. He leans into them. He knows how to throw the ball. He knows how to run. He can do everything I need a starting quarterback to do. It's just crazy what this dude did with his feet yesterday. I mean, it really was crazy in my opinion. So outside of that, TJ Hawkinson, 7 catches for 69 yards. Jordan Addison, 5 catches for 52 yards. Alexander Madison, 2 catches for about 50 yards and the touchdown. You saw Brandon Powell with the game-winning touchdown. Cam Akers had a couple of catches. All things considered, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 different receivers caught a ball yesterday. 9 different receivers. It is crazy. What's even crazier is Justin Jefferson in the next, I don't know if he'll actually play this upcoming week, 2 weeks from now, or at least by your bye week, Justin Jefferson will be back. And that's only going to make Joshua Dobbs' job that much easier. Now, once again, I just have to reiterate the point. I feel for Jaron Hall. I was very excited. I loved watching the dude play at BYU. I was excited when the Vikings drafted him just to kind of have in my back pocket. But I'm telling you, man, Joshua Dobbs, I mean, this could be something special. This really could be something special here. Just what he was able to do, not only the entire game, and by the way, it starts off with the safety. There were a couple of fumbles. I think one of them was in the second half, early second half. A couple of lost fumbles. The safety, the sack safety to start it off. It started a little bit shaky, right? But they stuck in the game. They kept at it. And I got to say as well, man, Brian Flores, what he's doing with this defense, I absolutely love it. Byron Murphy with the interception, a huge interception against Taylor Heineke yesterday. We were talking about before the season even began. And once the Vikings actually picked up Byron Murphy, we were saying this is like one of the more underrated free agent acquisitions. By the way, I'm so excited. I'm so happy. I'm just glad that Hunter is still with the Minnesota Vikings. But this is a defense where I don't think stats will do them justice at any point in the regular season. It's going to be something, and we're starting to see it now that we're halfway through the season. We're 9 games in. You're starting to see it defensively, right? It takes a little bit of time, but this is something, even take it from a Packers fan, man. This is something I felt like not too many people were talking about. Yes, some people, Vikings fans were extremely excited when they got Brian Flores, as they should be, as we're witnessing right now. But, just like Byron Murphy, I mean, as far as defensive coordinators go, this is something that I just felt like was not really talked about much, and it's going to pay dividends, and it already is. I know they gave up 28 points, and that doesn't seem great, but this defense, man, they're really improving. Joshua Dobbs in that last 2 minutes. I mean, just one quick anecdote. I cannot remember. Let me know down below. It has to have been Teddy Bridgewater. Who's the last Vikings quarterback that can move like this? I mean, this dude can move, but the grit, what he showed me in those last 2 minutes, they needed a touchdown. He went there and got a touchdown. That 4th down rushing conversion where he ran for like 25 yards, game on the line. This dude's got it. He's got the heart, he's got the grit, and he clearly has the talent. The Minnesota Vikings season is far from over. It is so far from over. So this upcoming week, you have the New Orleans Saints at home, Derek Carr, and the Saints do not look good. They just barely beat the measly Chicago Bears. Then you head on over to Denver. Then you've got Chicago at home. Then you've got your bye week. And then you go to Vegas. You do have to play Cincinnati, Detroit twice, my Green Bay Packers. I mean, Minnesota at 9-8. They're making the playoffs. I think the Minnesota Vikings, regardless, were going to make the playoffs, no matter if it was Jaron Hall before the Joshua Dobbs trade. I love the second half of the schedule. I love Kevin O'Connell. I just think this team has way too much talent, even when Kirk went down, to not make the playoffs and not to make some noise. So the NFL's on high alert right now. This is a red-hot team. They've won 4 straight football games, and Joshua Dobbs, who had been with the team for barely a couple of days, learned the playbook overnight, it felt like, did not practice. I mean, that truly was something special. It really was. So thank you guys for watching. Hit that like button, hit that sub button for daily NFL content. If you want more Vikings videos, let me know down below. But Vikings fans, NFL fans, give me your thoughts on yesterday's victory. That's it from me. Peace.